It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Friday, the 1st of March. I'm Michael Groff. It is the start of meteorological spring, and it's going to feel a little bit spring-like around here today. Temperatures a bit above average, although nothing overly warm. Slightly cooler this weekend with an increase in wind, but overall conditions look to be fairly quiet around here for a while. When might our next chance of rain come in? And will we start to feel the heat as we move through the month of March? We'll talk about that and everything else as we dive on in. First, before we get into any of that, it is Friday, so that means it's Photo Friday here, and that's where we take a look at some of the photos and or videos that you guys have submitted. First up, David Parnell sent this in once again from Notre Dame Prep last weekend. 5A state quarterfinals for basketball ongoing as we move through the high school sports schedule, and David Parnell goes all over the state to take these various pictures, so we appreciate that. Then this is from Miles in Indian Wells, California, the desert coming alive this time of the year. And I'll tell you what, for my money, nothing more beautiful than the desert in springtime, especially if you've had a little bit of rain this winter, which some areas, especially in Southern California, have seen some pretty decent rains. So it's nice to see that. Then great time to take the kids out to the White Tank Mountains or anywhere out there and enjoy the beautiful weather that we have. This is from Billy out there in the White Tanks and hot air balloon time. Oh yeah, I've been in a hot air balloon just once in my life, and it was terrifying. I'm afraid of heights though. So, I mean, it's gorgeous. Don't get me wrong. And if you want to do it, I'm not discouraging you. It's just, it's not for me. I like both feet planted on the ground. I'm sorry. I get anything higher than a ladder, and I'm pretty much terrified. But still, gorgeous weather for that. Or if you just want to hike around the White Tanks, again, great weather to do that. It will be a bit windy this weekend, yeah, but still the weather should cooperate. And then finally, Chris Martin with a couple of interesting weather phenomena. These are from his cabin in Ash Fork, Central Arizona. That's a sundog right there. And then something else, I don't know if we've ever shown this on our Photo Friday segment, but here you go, the 22-degree halo around the moon. Chris Martin got that earlier this week, and that is caused by tiny ice crystals up there about 25,000, 30,000 feet above the ground. Those hexagonal crystals refracting light, and there you go. You get that 22-degree halo, and it's not really a rare phenomena, but it's something that we haven't shown here on these videos. I don't think. Maybe we have. But that's why you should always be looking up there. And I really appreciate all of these videos. As always, we couldn't do this segment without each and every one of you guys. Photo Friday. And if you want to get in on it, you can do so. groffshow@gmail.com is the email address. That is GROFF show@gmail.com for Photo Friday. Okay, let's get into it here. The almanac from yesterday, 76 degrees the afternoon high, 54 the morning low, a little bit above those averages of 74 and 51. We wrapped up the month of February with 1.32 inches of rain in the bucket. That's above normal. We'll have the final February climate stats in our next video, but needless to say, a little bit wetter than average. That's good news. As we take a look outside right now, here at 10:10 a.m., we've got mostly clear sky, 64 degrees currently at Sky Harbor, dew point 43 rather, humidity 45%. It's a light wind and the barometer is steady. Temperatures around the nation right now have moderated quite a bit. It's still rather chilly over the northeast with temps in the 20s and low 30s. But down to the south, the cool air has intruded, mostly in the 40s for the southeast U.S., but the warmer air is beginning to come back up in the plain states. It's up in the 40s and for much of Iowa and Minnesota. Remember, they were in the single digits the other day, so temperatures are once again warming up. It's that roller coaster ride that they go on this time of year. You can see some pretty extreme swings in temperatures. I believe it was near 60 degrees in Minneapolis earlier this week. They went down in the single digits. Now they're back up in the 40s. So, yeah, and it's, I think, and we'll check out the final climate stats here, but I believe it was one of the warmest winters ever for much of the upper Midwest. Meanwhile, out here in the west, some cool temperatures to the north of Arizona, some rain, some snow, some blowing snow. And if we look at the upper air weather pattern across the nation, you can see what's going on. We've got a trough off the Pacific Northwest coast, so more moisture coming in north of Arizona. The big story this weekend is going to be the wind. A very high impact wind event looks to take place over a good portion of the western United States. Check it out on the watch warning map. We've got wind advisories for northern Arizona. We can see some wind gusts to about 40 miles per hour, 45 miles per hour tomorrow and into Sunday for Flagstaff and the Grand Canyon along the rim country. So if you're heading into northern Arizona, be aware of that. There's a high wind warning over parts of northern Mojave County. Again, be aware of that. And if you're heading up there toward Las Vegas or through the Great Basin, yes, a high wind warning is there. We could see wind gusts over 60, 65 miles per hour, even for places like Las Vegas and up toward Pahrump, Nevada, and Tonopah, and places to the north. And on top of that, then you've also got some blizzard warnings, not only for the Sierra, but kind of in an unusual place for parts of Lincoln and White Pine County in Nevada. That includes Caliente and Ely, Nevada, under a blizzard warning because there will be some snow showers and with the very strong winds, some blizzard conditions possible. So if you're heading north of Las Vegas, you're going up that way. Been on that drive before, and that's not necessarily the best drive to be on if the weather is bad. So be aware of that. Elsewhere across the nation, things relatively quiet. Here is the convective outlook for today. No organized areas of severe weather around the nation. Some thunder, though, across the southeast U.S. A little bit of thunder possible, too, north of Arizona. For parts of Idaho, Utah, some of the adjacent states, Northern California. And again, the western Great Basin there up into the Pacific Northwest with another system coming on in. Here's the precipitation outlook. This is valid through Friday morning of next week. Rain amounts in Phoenix. Not much. Now, it's possible we could catch a brief shower maybe next Thursday. We'll talk about that, what's going on with this weather pattern in more detail. To do that, we'll check the models, see what they have to say. Here we go. This is the GFS, the Global Forecast System. It's the American model. This is the 12Z run, and this is valid at 5 o'clock this afternoon. Big trough coming into the western states, but most of the energy and dynamics are going to stay well to the north of Arizona with that feature. So what it means for us down at the surface for the rest of the day today, we've got sunny sky. We've got temperatures warming up into the mid-70s to about 80 degrees this afternoon. You've got some snow for the Sierra. You've got some strong winds, and that's going to create blizzard conditions. And those winds are going to really spill over the backside of the Sierra, too, so into the Great Basin. Rain for coastal California, the valleys of California, northward up into the Pacific Northwest. Snow as well for much of Idaho, Montana, Wyoming. So, again, travel throughout the western states north of Arizona could be rather troublesome today and heading into this weekend. Now, for tonight, the skies will be mostly clear. Overnight lows mainly in the 40s to 50s, low 50s. And then tomorrow, it's more the same. Rain and snow to the north of us, maybe right along the immediate Arizona-Utah border there. We could see a few showers, some rain and snow showers up there. Most of the state should be dry, though. But windy conditions for northern Arizona, maybe a light breeze here this tomorrow afternoon. Could gusts, maybe we could see some wind gusts around 20 miles per hour or so. High temperatures tomorrow fall back a little bit more toward the mid-70s. Sunday breezy at times. We'll see mostly sunny sky, but temperatures still holding in the mid-70s. We could see southwesterly winds 10 to 20, gusts as high as 30 miles per hour on Sunday. And again, some strong winds to the north of us. And again, more rain and snow across a good portion of the Intermountain West and back toward California and the Pacific Northwest. A lot of people getting in on the action of precipitation, just not us, unfortunately. Going forward toward Monday, mostly sunny sky continues and high temperatures will still be on up into the low to mid-70s, more or less the same deal on Tuesday. And Wednesday, we've got a trough that's coming into the western states, but the GFS is coming into somewhat better agreement with the majority of the ensemble guidance. You remember the last few days we've been showing kind of a closed low that was coming down the west coast here off of the GFS and giving us a pretty decent chance of rain by Wednesday or Thursday of next week. And now it's showing more of a lesser system, a weaker trough, more of an open wave. And that seems more realistic. And if that's true, And then we could see a few showers maybe across northern Arizona late Wednesday and Thursday as that slides on by, mainly over the Four Corners. The southern end of that trough comes on through here, so we might see a shower Wednesday night, Thursday, maybe down into central Arizona. At this point, we've kept the forecast here in Phoenix dry, but we may introduce a slight chance of a shower. But if model trends hold, it is likely that any precipitation will stay to the north and east of Phoenix. High temperatures may cool off here a little bit, though. We'll be probably still in the low to mid 70s, but if this system, once this comes on through, we'll see afternoon highs drop a few degrees. Then out to a week from today, this is Friday, the 8th of March. We've got a trough over the nation's heartland. We've got a dry northwesterly flow here. That looks fairly seasonal temperature-wise, dry conditions. And then going out 10 days to Sunday, the 10th of March. Got another trough coming into the Pacific Northwest. And once again, yeah, that could bring slightly cooler temperatures in here, but in terms of precipitation at this point, probably nothing for us. So overall, it looks like the next 10 days here in Phoenix will be precipitation-free or virtually precipitation-free with a relatively quiet weather pattern. All right, checking out rainfall for Phoenix out through the 15th of March off of the GFS ensemble. The mean has come up a little bit here on this one, this particular ensemble suite, over a third of an inch. The European ensemble much less bullish with readings under a quarter of an inch, about 0.2 of an inch, and many of the members keep us dry for the next 2 weeks. And then temperatures off of the national blend of models. Yeah, about 80 today, and then temperatures will come down a little bit, but overall, these are about what you'd expect to see here for the first couple of weeks of March. Highs in the 70s to about 80, overnight lows on most days in the 50s. A couple of mornings we could be down in the 40s, especially in the outlying valley areas, no doubt. Some spots will be well down in the 40s on a few of these mornings. And that is going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video is due back here on Monday morning. Of course, updates before that if necessary. And should you happen to enjoy these videos, then be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell, leave those comments, questions, and suggestions. If you really like what we do here, you want to support us monetarily, one way to do that would be to click on that thanks icon below the video here on YouTube, make those monetary contributions. $2, $5, $500, it all helps in the furtherance of this channel and is greatly appreciated. The executive producer of the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion is my one and only, the sweetest of all time, the Asian sensation and proprietor of SweetChildAZ.com.org and the Facebook page of the same name, Sweet Child Arizona. I'm talking about my Michelle, my quality champion. So do go ahead and check her out. Check out her travel videos to the Philippines. We still have all of that linked up down in the description. And in addition to that, I invite you to check out my streaming station. It is called KMGX. What do we do there? Well, we play a ton of music. We have a lot of fun with that. Myself and Michelle work on that. It's one of our labors of love, so do give that a listen and let us know what you think of that, too. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. All of your continued support, it is so greatly appreciated. Please be safe out there. You guys have yourselves a great Friday and a wonderful weekend.